Hello, thanks for joining me for a first look of On the Road on PS4. So welcome to On the Road. You join me playing on PS4 Standard. I'm playing with a Logitech G923 that I've had to optimise by opening Farming Simulator 19 to begin with, closing the application and then going into this game so that the values are not too strong, because this is the 17th of February 2021, only 6 days after release, and they've not yet optimised the force feedback features for this game, so the wheels are very stiff, and I've had to optimise using another game in fear of breaking the wheel. This is the TGX 18420. It's a rigid axle, and I've got an additional solid axle trailer. So I've done a bit of grinding already, hired an employee using my Arctic. If I go into logistics, you'll see that we're here in Duisburg, and I'm here at the moment. So if we go up to the shipping company in Duisburg, I'm picking up these 5 things, and I'll be driving all the way northeast to the next town, past the fuel station, and we'll be coming off here in Dortmund, and we'll unload the 5 things in the logistic hub. So let's jump into the cab. A few things we need to do first. If you have a look around, I've got the mirrors turned on, so the frame rate is not as good as it should be, but as I say, it's only 6 days after release, and they still have to optimise the frame rate and the wheel support. So first of all, put the card in, and you'll see if I zoom in, it says rest time. Okay, then you put change mode to change from rest to driving, and it will say are you sure, and click accept, and now the clock will start counting down from 8 hours, and that means we've inserted the card, and we're now in driving mode. So let's get the show on the road. Turn the engine on, turn the lights on, and we'll make our way over to the shipping company, which I've actually never been to, so I don't quite know where we're loading up or anything, but it'll be interesting. So I've released the handbrake, and I think it's about 50 kilometers an hour speed limit here. Mirrors are working fine. The frame rate for PS4 Standard doesn't actually seem that bad with the mirrors turned on. I know they're going to be dropping a patch soon to optimise things further, and also for Xbox players who are sadly not able to use mirrors at the moment. But I know Toxtronics and Aerosoft are working very hard to get all the bugs and issues and frame rate issues solved. So hopefully in the next few days they should release a patch that will optimise the game even better. But for early release, I think considering they've got a trucking title to console, I think really they've done a really good job, and will continue to do a really good job despite the criticism on the release. I think it's extremely hard to get a game of this calibre that has up until now only been on PC, ported over to console. I think they've done a really good job so far. Yes, there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of bugs and AI and things to fix, but really, on the whole, I think they're doing a really good job. And for 6 days after release, I think the first edition before any patch is really quite decent. It is playable. It's not game breaking, and I'm quite pleased with this this game so far. So I'll release the handbrake and away we go, up to 50 kilometers an hour, and hopefully we should get to the port very soon, where we can load our items into the trailers. So we're just coming out of the town, and over there is the port on the left, so I'm guessing that's our destination. Can't yet see on the sat nav that we're going left, but I think we will be. There is an external view, so you can pan round, and they do need to fix which directional buttons go where. Ow! So here we are coming up to the port. I was right, we're turning left into here. So this is the shipping company, and like I say, I've never actually been here, so I have no idea where I'm loading, but I'm guessing it's in there, so I'll turn left into this entrance, and it looks like there's a one-way system enforced, so we have to go round to the right. So I don't know whether it's round to the left or to the right really, but we'll find out. I think I'll park up somewhere practical and get out and have a look around. There's an office, so I'll see if I can find anything in the office. Once I've located where to load up, I'll have a better understanding of this shipping company for the future. But this looks like a good place just to park up for a second. So I'll stick the hazard lights on and turn the engine off and just get out and have a look around. That'll be alright there for a minute. I'll go and ask at the office, see where I'm meant to be loading up. Right, I've spoken to the geezer, and he reckons that we're heading towards loading bay 4, which is obviously round the one-way system, through the crates. So I'll turn the engine back on and turn the hazard lights off because they're annoying. Handbrake off, and then we're going round here. Just follow the one-way arrows, I suppose, through these shipping container loading cranes. I think the speed limit's about 40 kilometers an hour around here, which makes sense. Right, 3 and 4, so this is where we're meant to be. Where's the actual loading bay? It's probably around the corner. Oh yeah, I see it up there, number 4. Okay, so it's the door on the right. So that's where we need to reverse up to. So I'll just get into position. We need to open the doors and then reverse up to the loading bay. Let's turn the hazards on again. I know they're annoying, but you do need them on. Safety first. Right, let's get out. Well, actually, what I'll do, I'll reverse up a little bit first. So it's a bit hard to manoeuvre this, but at least it's a rigid axle trailer and not a... Oh, that beeping is to indicate that my driving time has exceeded its limit, so I will need to sleep before I drive off to Dortmund. But let's get this into position first. I'm not going to worry too much about the tacho card just at the moment, until we get back on the road. Ooh, how far away are we? Whoa, we're nearly there. Don't want to hit the wall. I can do better than that, I think. Yeah, that looks better. It's closer to the steps. So I'm using the reversing lights as a sort of indicator as to how far away from the wall I am. Another meter. That will do. Okay. Excellent. I know. Stop beeping at me. Right, hazard lights off. Engine off. There we go. That shut that up. Well, I suppose we best sleep because the tacho's telling us we have to. So we've exceeded our driving time. So let's change it to sleep mode and have our 10 hours sleep. So we will be driving in the dark, but that's okay. Right, good evening. And yeah, it's evening time, it's now dark. But at least we've got another 9 hours of driving time on the tacho. So that's good. Just going to turn the driving mode back on. And there we go. 9 hours. Excellent. So we'll turn the side lights on. And let's load up our things. So I need to open the doors first, and they are very loud, but they sound brilliant, don't they? Okay, let's go up the steps and open the rear doors. We might have to be a little bit more closer. Yeah, I think we're not close enough. But let's go into the office and have a look at our freight documents. So we've got 5 things to load onto the truck. Yeah, excellent. So that's from the shipping company. So let me just reverse a little bit, and then it will load the 5 things into the truck. There we go. Assignment summary. And there they are, all loaded up into the back of the truck. So that is a full load. And if I jump down here, and you'll see that they're also in the rigid body trailer as well. So there we are, we're all loaded up and ready to go to the logistics hub in Dortmund. So let's jump in and make our way there. Right, first thing, let's turn the engine on. Got our sat-nav fired up. Turn the lights on because it's dark. Release the handbrake and away we go. Goodbye Duisburg. So basically we're going to have to go on the autobahn, and it's I think 80 kilometers an hour speed limit for us, but it's still about 40-45 kilometers an hour round here. So let's get out of this shipping company loading area, and we're turning right. Nothing coming. Nice and quiet this evening, so that's good. I'm sure it'll get busier. Right, let's go. Right, so we're just leaving the industrial area of Duisburg and we're heading towards the Autobahn, where we'll be going over to the next town, which is Dortmund. And I think now we'll talk about the current status of the game and how it is currently in its current state, which is not too bad considering it's just been released. However, there are a few underlying issues. One is the frame rate. The mirrors reduce the frame rate dramatically, so that does need to be optimized. And I know that Xbox players currently don't have mirrors at all, but I've been assured that Toxtronics and Aerosoft are working hard to ensure that Xbox players can have mirrors, and I'm hoping that when they achieve that, they'll also drop a patch for PlayStation to ensure that the frame rate is improved whilst using mirrors as well. You can of course turn the mirrors off, but why would you want to do that? The second gripe I have is auto reverse. Can't stand that. Basically, if you put your foot on the brake, whoa, I've just damaged the load. That's not good. Basically, if you put your foot on the brake and come to a halt, it will then automatically go into reverse, and the brake pedal then is the throttle, which is really annoying. I can't stand that. It's one of my pet hates. At least in Farming Simulator 19, when you put your foot on the brake, you can have the option to hold on the brake and then release the brake and then press the brake again to go into reverse. But ideally what I would like is for the throttle to be reverse once you change it into reverse manually. I understand this is an automatic truck, but I think if you were to switch on the D-pad of the steering wheel into reverse and then back into forward, and the throttle control both, and the brake is purely for braking, I think that is what they need to do. Get rid of auto reverse. I think it's rubbish, and it completely destroys the immersiveness of the game. Another thing, of course, they need to work on improving the AI, because well, the AI has no AI, it's not intelligent at all. But I know they have addressed that issue, and they are Dortmund this way. They are improving it, or they will be improving it. There's some talk about extending the map from Germany to Poland, which is fine. In my opinion, the map is large enough anyway. The developers say that it takes about 2.5 hours to drive from one side to the other, which is fine. One thing I would really like in the future, which I don't think is too much to ask, is to have a shop dotted about that you can take your truck to respray the colour. You don't need to stick different wheels or anything that will get rid of the copyright of the MAN or Scania trucks, but to have a paint colour optimization, customization selection would be a really nice feature for both the trucks and the trailers, and I think in the future I'm hoping they will do that. As it goes completely without saying that having different colour customization trucks will be adding much more to the game. It will make you want to play it even more. The immersive gameplay will be seamless because you can have different colour trucks. At the moment you can have a black MAN or a red Scania, or the starting trucks, which is either MAN or Scania, that are silver with premium logistics on, which you know, only 3 colour customization options is not really good enough in my opinion. So we're going to refuel. We've got 1031 litres out of 1200 litres, so we can fill up a little bit. It won't cost much, just over €1 per litre. So I'll turn everything off and we'll go on to the cool part of this game, which is to get out and to walk up to the fuel tank and start filling up. And there we go, 1200 litres, cost €185. That is a really cool feature of this game, is being able to get out, walk around, and the fact that you can't skip from one truck to the other is brilliant, because you have to actually drive to the location of where the truck is. I really like that. I think that's fantastic. So let's leave the petrol station and get back on the autobahn. We are fine for driving time, and the speed limit here is something like 40 kilometers an hour. There's the other petrol station on the other side of the road, and that's where you can sleep. Whoa, uh-oh. Ooh, I went off the road then. So you really have to look at the road, otherwise you will veer off into the green or into a rail, which is not approved. So let's get back on the autobahn, make our way to Dortmund. We've got loads of driving time, we've got lots of fuel, and the good thing about this game is there's no time limit. You can take as long as you want, which is brilliant. Now, the unique feature of this game is not only getting out and walking around, but also the multi-drop system, which is fantastic for immersive gameplay, for freedom, which I think is a really good, unique feature of this game. So instead of picking items up from one place and deliver them to another, you can pick various items up from various places and sort your route out so that you can organise it accordingly. You can then deliver it to either one place or multiple places to finish your route, which is really fun. There's a lot of planning in your routes, and not just from one place to another, which is fantastic. As I say, it adds a lot more immersive gameplay, a lot more freedom, and it is a massive map. It's a scaled down version of Germany, and every single town and city in Germany is in this map, or thereabouts, of course connected by the autobahns and the different highways, but it's a really nice map. Yes, it looks a bit samey on the autobahn, but it does in real life. It's quite a good representation of Germany and German logistics, which is what this game is meant to be. So we're just getting off the autobahn, just looking at the sign up there to say Dortmund, which is this way, so we are going the right way. Of course we can follow the GPS, but I like to look at the signs as well, because they are accurate. So today we're obviously just doing one drop, 5 items from Duisburg, and dropping those same 5 items off at Dortmund. So it's easy peasy from one place to another. But as I say, you can multi-drop, and if you look on that yellow sign there, it will indicate that we're going right to Dortmund. So we've now exited the autobahn and we're on the road into Dortmund, so we are not far away at all. Yeah, it won't take long now. We're on the outskirts of the town, and you see up there the plane. See, that's a nice little detail that they've added. But yeah, I think overall this game, considering it hasn't received a patch yet and it's only 6 days after release, and I am playing on PlayStation Standard PS4, I think, to be fair, it's not too bad. It's running quite well. You can have a decent game, you can chill out, do some trucking, you know, listen to Spotify or the radio and just enjoy yourself, really. It's a nice chilled out simulator. And here we are in Dortmund. We have arrived in the town. There's another petrol station there, and you can deliver things to the petrol station. Sometimes it's quite difficult when you deliver to the petrol station on the autobahn, because if it's on the other side of the road you have to go all the way down the autobahn to the nearest roundabout or town and completely turn around and come back on yourself just so you can get to the right side of the road. But of course that's realistic, and it adds a lot more interesting journeys to the game. The AI in this game is oh, look at that. That's Toxtronic's logo. See, I like that. They've got a few Easter eggs knocking about. Considering it's just a small indie game company, I think they have programmed it up quite well. And overall, I'm really impressed with the performance, considering they've had it on PC, Steam Workshop, for about a year now, and they've ported it over to console, which is just what the console players needed. They needed a free trucking game, but by free I mean, you know, free to just roam around, not free as in the price. The price is £25, which is very, very good. So here we are. This is the logistics hub in Dortmund. We have arrived. So let's stick the hazards on and park up and go and see exactly where we need to unload. Look at that little bulldozer over there. Right, let's go and have a word with them and find out exactly where we're dropping this cargo off. So it looks like one of two loading bays. Right, yes, so it's that one over there. We've got to reverse it to that loading bay there, and then speak to the people in the ticket office. So we're nearly there. Hazard lights off because they're bloody annoying. And I think what I'll do, I'll spin round so that the loading bay is on my left, so I can lean out of the window and reverse the trailer up to the loading bay. But yeah, I like the feel of this game and the potential to console players to having a trucking title on console is just what we needed. I mean, PC players have been spoilt with you know, ETS2 and ATS. I think they've been very spoilt, and it's about time that console players had a trucking title that they could just freely drive around and do jobs like this. Yeah, it's exactly what we needed, and it is a fun game. Yes, it's in need of a few improvements and truck colour customization options, and you know, improved AI and frame rate improvements. But overall, I think Toxtronics and Aerosoft have come up with a really, really good title that has a lot of potential for console players. And I think I'm looking forward to the development of this game and future patches, which I know that the developers are working hard to improve on. I think the next thing I'm going to do when I've got the slot unlocked is buy a Scania, because at the moment I've got two starting MAN trucks, both the same. One's a rigid axle, box body, and the other one is a you know, the tractor which pulls my Arctic trailer. I did sell the animal trailer, and I bought an Arctic trailer, but I will buy an animal trailer again in the future when I have the trucks available. Is that right? I think that's right. There we go. No, I need to reverse a little bit more first. Okay, that's fine. We're nearly there. Making a bit of money, bit more reputation towards unlocking our next truck. But yes, no, I'm looking forward to driving the Scania. I've not driven a Scania in this game yet, and there you go. That's all our 5 items successfully delivered. So now we have the money in our account, which I will look at in a minute. I should have over 300,000 euros, so I can certainly afford a truck when I unlock the slot at level 4. I'm currently level 2 at the moment, so it's taken me quite a bit of delivering to get to level 2, but that's what I like about this game. It means that you have to work hard to get what you want, which is brilliant, which is why I think it's important to have different colour customization on your trucks and trailers, because it will give you something more to work towards. You know, my fear is once I own the Scania as well, there'll be nothing left to work towards, and I'll just be earning money for no reason. I mean, yes, you can hire employees, and I have got an employee working on my Arctic trailer of the other MAN truck, but really I don't need employees because they don't earn me a lot of money. Here's my emails to say that I've completed the deliveries, so I'll delete the emails, otherwise it'll clog up my inbox. And if you look at the logistics route, it's empty. We have now completed that task. We're in Dortmund at the logistics hub and ready for another assignment. So really that is the first look of On the Road PS4 Standard. Hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers for watching. See you soon.